Good day, fellas. All right, today is kind of exciting. We get a bit more of a sneak peek into what's changing with the Acolyte. Um, Now, I think many of you probably found my channel through my Abomination build, so I'm pretty excited to have a quick breeze through here and have a look at what's changing. So let's get straight into it. New Lich skill Flay. We know about this. Flay looks like a really interesting skill. It's going to be really good for AoE. I don't know about single target, but as you can see, Flay is creating an explosion on death. Pretty cool. So, and it also teleports 3 meters. So, teleport to an enemy within range and perform a narrow rending slash. Each enemy killed by the melee attack will release a blood eruption, a spell dealing physical damage in an area. Enemies can be hit by both flay and all blood eruptions that occur. So it is a pretty good skill for shotgunning. So from what that says, the melee attack plus all explosions that are in the range will do damage to the same target. I don't know how that's going to go on bosses that don't have minions. It's probably going to be crap. But things like Reign of Dragons and stuff like that will be destroyed. Okay. Cool, cool. Flay tree, skill nodes, deadly plot, flay, and all skills triggered by its skill tree deal more spell damage. Oh. So it's a mana node, so we can scale it with our max mana. That's interesting. And all skills supported by it. So this is where we need the talent trees because we don't know what can be cast by Flay at this time. I'm gonna guess um, a lot of the blood skills will be able to be used with this skill. Um, what I would like to know is if we can trigger Flay off something else. So maybe like in a Warlock using Reap or something like that. Can that trigger Flay? If so, oh, I can think of some crazy stuff we could do with that. Transference. Hitting a boss or a rare enemy with Flay melee attack transfers your active aura of decay to the enemy for 6 seconds. I, I, I don't know about that. Um, Having no control of where the aura is, like it transfers it to the enemy, and then what? Like you can move out of it so you don't get damaged. But I feel like if I'm using an aura skill like that, I'm trying to mitigate the damage through health regen and stuff anyway. So, not really probably going to make use of that skill ever. Um, Damage conversions. Okay, yeah. Corrupted blood. Bleed chance from all sources is converted to poison. Okay. Frostblight. Flay's base damage is converted to cold, and it now has a chance to freeze. Bleed chance from all sources is converted to frostblight. Okay. That's kind of cool. Okay, Soul Ripper. Flay's base damage is converted to necrotic. Consequently, this damage scales with increases to necrotic damage, but not increases to physical damage. Bleed chance from all sources is converted to damn chance. Okay, this is a cool one. I like this. I like damned. So we'll definitely play around with that for sure. Executioner's Tithe. Flay will also be introducing with a new special unique from one of the long-time community supporters. Okay, so, oh, here it is. Let's just have a look at it. Okay, starting off, it has base melee necrotic damage, increased melee necrotic damage, increased minion necrotic damage, 4% critical strike chance, 50% of added melee damage on equipped weapon applied as added spell damage for Chaos Bolts. Ooh. Okay. Convert direct casts of Harvest to Great Harvest, which has a 5-second cooldown, 150% more damage, and has 50% more area. Gain 1 stack of Spirit Battery when you kill an enemy or when you hit a rare. Spirit Battery grants 2% increased mana per stack and lasts for 8 seconds. Increased mana. Okay, so this is part of the mana stacking. So this sounds kind of OP. Gain 1 stack of battery when you kill an enemy or when you hit an enemy. Maximum 3 per 2 seconds. So you can get a maximum stack of 3 per 2 seconds, 8 seconds. So a maximum of 12 stacks, which means 24% increased mana. Okay. 2% of your maximum mana restored when Great Harvest kills an enemy. 22% of your maximum mana restored when Greater Harvest hits a boss. Interesting. Okay. I like it. Always happy for new uniques. Acolyte sees a large number of changes across the board. Acolyte Rip Blood. Okay. Rip Blood is seeing a very big change to its base functionality. It now hits all enemies in a line in front of you instead of the target that you have selected. Oh. And then it heals you from all targets. Oh, that's actually amazing. Wow. Okay. Oh, that's going to be maybe one of the better leveling skills now. Very cool, very cool. Bloodbound. When you directly cast Rip Blood and hit a boss or rare enemy, it attaches Blood Tether, dealing physical damage over time. Okay, so Blood Tether attaches to the boss. You can only have 1 tether at a time. Interesting. Oh, here it is. Blood Tether. Tethers an enemy, drawing blood from them, dealing physical damage over time. 3% of damage dealt is leached as health. Oh. Oh. You can only have 1 tether at a time, but how does this... Does it only work on... When you directly cast Root Blood and hit a boss or rare enemy, it attaches Blood Tether. While not strict sub-skill... Blood Tether now offers scaling with the number of bleeds on the target, making it a very potent ailment for single target damage. Okay. Deals 1% more damage per bleed on the target. Oh, that's actually crazy. My bleed bees, remember that stuff? I was getting like 2,000 something stacks of bleed. An enemy cannot have more than 1 tether at a time. Tethers last 3 seconds. What are the chances of this applying? Like, I know that this says it will apply Rip Blood to bosses or rare enemies if attached, but Blood Tether looks like a skill. Is it only attached to them? Can it attach to every type of enemy? I'm not sure. Probably not. With Carnage, you can combine Rip Blood and Marrow Shards. When you directly use Rip Blood and hit a boss or rare enemy, it hits at least 3 enemies. You cast Marrow Shards. Okay. So we got a Marrow Shard trigger off Rip Blood. That's cool. Oh, here we go. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Hold the ability key to channel to absorb your Wraith, Summon Skeleton, Skeleton Mage, Golem, and Volatile Zombies in an area. When you release, summon a single hulking abomination adding health and more damage per minion absorbed. The Abomination remembers the minions absorbed to create it and will rapidly devour those minions to restore 10% of its maximum health. So you can now cast the minions that you summoned it with. It will eat them and restore 10% health. That's huge survivability. What the heck? Because you can pump out minions quick. Okay. I'm thinking like, you know, as long as it's absorbed like a skeleton mage, and then maybe have the skeleton mage tree where you teleport with the Abomination. Every time you teleport, it's dropping a mage and it's eating a mage for 10% of its health. Like, it's going to be immortal. That's what I like to hear. And it no longer has a base health decay. So Abomination, we no longer have to spec into it to stop it decaying health. Interesting. Oh man, I can't wait to see the talent tree for this skill. I hope they haven't ruined it. Okay, so the Abomination remembers the minions it was assembled from. Whenever those kinds of minions are available, the Abomination will devour them to restore its health. It will not devour other players' minions. Okay. That would have been funny. Oh, imagine if you had a friend that was just summoning a bunch of minions to keep your Abomination healed. Tower of Bones. Stomp has reduced cooldown. For each Bone Golem absorbed, Stomp deals more damage. Multiplicative. Stomp cooldown, 1.5 seconds. That's pretty short. Stomp damage per Whoa. 120% increased Stomp damage? That skill already hit hard. Stomp area by 90% per per Bone Golem. Oh, we're going to be using Aaron's Will. We're going to be getting like 3 golems minimum, maybe 4 golems. We'll have to see if there's more talent changes to get additional golems. I did see there was a node on the new talent tree for Necromancer that has a picture of a golem. I don't know what that does yet, but maybe we make a stomp golem build. I think that's what we'll do. Okay. By default, only be able to have 1 bone golem at a time. So there are ways to get many more synergies with this node. Oh, like can't you like twin golems? So you could even just do that to get 2 mini bone golems. Like it doesn't say anything about okay, we're gonna break this. Okay, that's the plan for the season. If a skeleton archer is absorbed, your Abomination casts Eternal Arrow every 4 seconds, a bow ability that deals physical damage and has 100% recurve. So its own little Heartseeker. Interesting. So we would use Bone Golems with archers for sure, to give it some range stuff going on. Another new Abomination node, did I? Utilizes Eternal Arrow, 100% chance to recurve by also offering added damage per intelligence. This node also grants a way to add considerable amounts of added damage, which is normally quite scarce. Yes, very, very true. Oh man, I think a bomb is going to be kind of cracked. If they haven't removed the 100% crit from Dreadshade for the Abomination, then this is, yeah, we're going to have a good season. Various new skill nodes. Yep, okay. Lich. Aura of Decay is a skill that once lived in the limelight before becoming forgotten behind the stage. We've given Aura of Decay a number of powerful changes to bring it. Okay. While Aura of Decay is active, you take 30% less poison damage. Additionally, you take 50% less damage from your own Aura of Decay. Okay. Blood Font. Damage conversion. Aura of Decay is converted to physical, inflicting bleed instead of poison. Oh, dude, bleed with the other skill, you know, that does the more damage with bleeds with the tether. Aura of Decay tether build. That's what I'm saying here. Very cool. Cold Death, Aura of Decay is converted to cold. Alright, you guys can read through that. Putrid Bombs. While Aura of Decay is active, when using a traversal skill or evade, you leave behind a putrid bomb. Putrid bombs explode after 1 second delay and poison all enemies they hit. Okay. Putrid bombs have been reworked. Previously, putrid bombs caused you to leave behind a putrid bomb every 2 seconds while Aura of Decay was active. With this rework, while Aura of Decay is active, you leave behind putrid bombs whenever you use a traversal skill or evade. So you could get some crazy evade boots, maybe like 4 evades on them or something. Just go boom, boom, boom. Cool. Feaster. While Aura of Decay is active, you are stationary, you gain 2 stacks of Feaster per second, up to a maximum. You lose 2 stacks per second while moving. Feaster grants you active Aura of Decay, more damage per stack, multiplicative. Now, I do know that teleporting used to not count as moving. So we'll have to see if when we teleport, so if we move just by teleporting, or using traversal skills, will it just hold this the whole time? If so, that's really strong. Loathing old position with loathing has been removed. While stationary, Aura of Decay. 3 maximum stacks. You lose 2 stacks a second when moving. Festering grants you Aura of Decay 6% more damage. You'll also find additional nodes. Yep, okay, cool. Passive changes. Executioner. You can dual wield melee weapons. Okay, we already knew this. That's cool. Accursed Feast. You gain additional leech and have significantly increased leech and leech rate, but your leech stacks are removed when you reach 66% health instead of 100. Okay, so it's like a low life leech build. Interesting, interesting. Well, it's not even low life, I guess, but maybe this is powerful enough to not need the 100% health. We'll have to test it out, see what it feels like. Impact Ward, you take less damage over time with other modifiers. Less damage over time taken, 20%. Oh, that's a 5-point investment at 20%. Is it? I mean, it says 5 out of 5. So how... So it's 4% per point? Okay. Well, we're always looking for ways to get rid of damage over time in this game because damage over time is the most broken form that we get hit by. So that's kind of cool. Okay. Forbidden techniques. Intelligence 1, Vitality 1. At 3 points, your minions have increased critical strike chance per point of your intelligence, and your minions deal more damage over time, multiplicatively with other modifiers per point of Vitality. This sort of note is making me think Dreadshade ain't a thing anymore with the 100% crit chance. If so, it looks like they're at least giving us a way to get more crit strike chance. I mean, your minions have increased critical strike chance per intellect. So if you can get like 80 intellect, you're getting 80 critical strike chance. Minions, more damage over time per vitality. Okay. Efficacy, a percent of your damage taken is redirected to your lowest health minion. Okay, this is really nice. This means we can take this. So instead of using that other chess piece, you guys know the one where it rediverts health damage to your minions. This might be what we can do instead of using that chess piece so that we can use Aaron's Will and still be tanky. So when one of your minions dies, your other minions restore health equal to 20% of its maximum health. Wait. When one of your minions dies, your other minions restore health equal to 20% of its maximum health? Well, if my A-bomb eats a minion, does that count as it dying? Because that means that my A-bomb will be getting 30% health, right? When one of your minions dies, your other minions restore health equal to 20% of its maximum health. So this might mean 20% of the minion that died's health. I'm guessing. Minion health restored on minion death, 20%. No, I don't think it is. This is... Huh. They really went... they really heard us talking about minions having bad survivability. This is like a huge fix because just getting one kill is topping up every minion on in your army. This is a game changer. Honestly, this is going to push most minion builds up into 1,000 corruption. This is probably one of the biggest changes. Really cool. Really freaking cool. Your other minion restore health equal to 20% of its maximum health. Now your minions can be meat shields whether they want to be or not. Alright, so what do you guys reckon? That was pretty sick. I'll leave a link to this on my Discord in the last Epoch channel if you guys want to go through and have a little bit more of a read. Jump in my Discord. We're going to be going crazy in a day because the patch notes come out and all the talent changes, like the full talent trees are all going to be linked. So we're going to be going crazy in Discord making builds. Drop by if you're like passionate about making builds for games, and come join me in Discord and we'll make builds together. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, boys, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.